For evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. That's exactly what's happening here. Good men are doing nothing. You're allowing illegal aliens to be dropped off in communities.
You are doing something.
No, sir, we're not.
You are.
No,
You're rescuing people every day. You're taking fentanyl off the streets every day. You're taking methamphetamine.
Yes, and under this
criminal
administration
aliens
for the
off the
last
streets
year, we've
every
got the
day.
highest fentanyl death in the history of our country. In 1 year, in this country.
You know, we've made...
This has changed dramatically from 2 years ago when we were actually putting up fences that actually would stop people. This is decorative. This is not actually going to stop anyone.
Last night on Twitter, I called for Joe Biden to be impeached and removed. His primary obligation as the commander-in-chief and the president of the United States is to enforce our laws, to live up to his oath, to enforce our border security, and also to tell the truth to the American people.
Incredibly frustrating thing is the policies that the Biden administration has put into place is actually encouraging this, because they're releasing single males now into the country. They continue to be able to process people into the country in larger and larger numbers. And what we've seen...
Kind of hard to say that.
To defend the Constitution, not the...
It's not hard to say it. It may be hard for you to say it, but I've been doing this for 31 years. It's not hard for me to say it. Every day I wake up and I'm committed to this organization, and I'm committed to each one of y'all.
We say the same thing, but it seems like the policy's not...
But then you keep releasing criminal
Because
aliens into the country.
you're getting bogged down in the policies and the
You can't even
politics.
say illegal alien.
What's that?
We can't even say that.
That's why Chief Scott left.
You just said it.
You can't
Is
say
anything going to happen to you? You just said it.
The whole generation.
Why are you guys getting caught up in semantics? Right? There's a mission out there to be. There's a mission out there to be had. We can sit here and argue about it till we're blue in the face. Right? I've been doing this job as long as y'all.
That's the problem.
What's that?
That's the problem, Chief. For evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. That's
I can't hear you.
what's happening. For evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. That's exactly what's happening here. Good men are doing nothing. You're allowing illegal aliens to be dropped off in communities.
You are doing something.
No, sir, we're not.
You are.
No,
You're rescuing people every day. You're taking fentanyl off the streets every day. You're taking methamphetamine.
Yes, and under this
criminal
administration
aliens
for the
off the
last
streets
year, we've
every
got the
day.
highest fentanyl death in the history of our country. In 1 year, in this country.
You know, we've made more fentanyl seizures already this year than we made last year.
How many have we not catch because we're focusing on expanding?
I don't know.
And that's the problem.
And we're working on it.
Well, where's the results? We don't have results.
See, I'm literally standing on the edge of the river on obviously the United States side. Just on the other side of this river is the Mexican side. I've been standing here watching from this point rafts come across this river, dropping people off, and then the raft scurrying back off, people scurrying up into the brush and disappearing up into this brush. The incredibly frustrating thing is the policies that the Biden administration has put into place is actually encouraging this, because they're releasing single males now into the country. They continue to be able to process people into the country in larger and larger numbers. And what we've seen over and over again through this day, I've been both in the air, and it's interesting, I don't know if you can even hear it here, but the overhead, the helicopter is up in the air. I was actually doing a ride along with the helicopter earlier today as we're tracking individuals running through the brush, and the helicopter is trying to interdict them while people on the ground were trying to be able to engage with them as well. This is the ongoing cat and mouse game that's happening, but it's really just a game where the mice are winning all the time, because our folks in the Border Patrol and the folks that are here doing law enforcement, they're the ones that are actually handcuffed and can't actually enforce the law here. They become processors of people to release them in the country. They become individuals that are here for humanitarian reasons, because there's been some new construction that's actually happened along the southern border, because there's large areas where there are no fencing at all. And so last year I was out and about in this area, and I was showing you some of the Trump wall that was here that has a 12-foot concrete section with an 18-foot wall on top of it. Well, this is the new wall that's being put up that is pretty small, to say the least, on it. So when they talk about new wall construction, I want to be able to get down and see what they mean by new wall construction. So maybe, I don't know, 6 feet tall of concrete, and then another 6-foot section on top of it. So definitely not a fence that would actually keep anyone out, to be able to say the least. So they're calling it more guardrail than there are actual fencing on it. And if you look the other direction on it, there's nothing there on it. This is the challenge that we have in trying to deal with basic infrastructure. The folks that are here along the border, they need personnel, they need policy changes that they can actually implement the law, and they need infrastructure to actually help deter people. This doesn't deter anyone. In fact, I'm not sure this would slow anyone down, even the process. And one of the biggest issues they have is they want to be able to get the towers. They want to be able to have cameras. They want to be able to have lights and systems that are here. In many of these areas, there's no lights, there's no cameras, and there's no even passable roads to be able to get to people in this. This is basic border security. This has changed dramatically from 2 years ago when we were actually putting up fences that actually would stop people. This is decorative. This is not actually going to stop anyone. So November, December, January, February are traditionally very low months for illegal immigration. The numbers that are coming across this January are equaling the numbers that we had last summer when we had record high numbers. So we're getting more than double the number of people illegally crossing this January, last December, last November than what we had just a year before on it. So the chaos in this border continues to accelerate. This is not getting better on this border. It's getting worse, actually, on this border. And it's an issue that we have got to address as a country. The Biden administration's got to stop just pretending that things are getting better here. They're not getting better here. We continue to be able to press, continue to be able to expose these issues. The Biden administration continues to be able to step back and to say, it's fine. Americans don't like chaos. We don't like all this. We want legal immigration, not illegal immigration, and this is the wrong way to be able to go. And last night, to be able to stop by in Brownsville and to be able to see that parking garage, that they're actually processing adult males and releasing them into the country. To President Biden, to his whole team, do your job. You're called to be able to, as the enforcer of the law in the executive branch, to be able to see the law, enforce the law. Americans want to be able to see the law actually enforced in this area and to be able to done right.